If each meal is a brick building your health, then choosing the wrong type of meat is like placing the foundation of a house in the wrong spot. For those living with diabetes, this is not just a metaphor, but a reality that affects every single cell in your body. Have you ever eaten a complete meal and then felt tired, sleepy, or even slightly lightheaded afterward? That is not a coincidence. It is possible that the type of meat in that meal silently caused your blood sugar to spike without you realizing it. But here's the good news. You do not have to remove meat from your diet. On the contrary, there are types of meat that not only do not raise blood sugar, but also help stabilize it, build muscle, protect the heart, and naturally boost your energy. Let me walk you through 7 types of meat that are safe, nutritious, and highly suitable for people with diabetes. Do not skip this, because at the end of the video, I will share with you a simple tip to turn your meal into a gentle but effective healing therapy. Chicken breast. When it comes to healthy foods for people with diabetes, chicken breast often tops the list. But behind its simplicity lies a wide range of profound benefits for your body that you may have never noticed. Not only is it a lean source of protein, but chicken breast is also a silent companion that supports your muscles, blood sugar, heart health, and even your nervous system. Did you know that in a 100-gram serving of chicken breast, your body receives about 165 calories, with 31 grams of protein and only around 3.6 grams of fat? And most importantly, the glycemic index of chicken breast is 0, meaning it does not increase your blood sugar levels. This is why it is considered a perfect choice for those with diabetes, prediabetes, or individuals trying to manage weight, visceral fat, or metabolic syndrome. Protein in chicken breast plays a key role in maintaining muscle mass. In older adults, especially women over 50, muscle loss occurs quietly and much faster than we might think. Muscle does not only help maintain physical strength, but also directly impacts how the body processes insulin. The stronger the muscles, the more efficiently insulin works, leading to better blood sugar regulation. Chicken breast is also rich in B vitamins, particularly B6, B12, and niacin. These vitamins not only help convert food into energy, but also support the central nervous system, improving memory and concentration, 2 areas often affected in people with diabetes. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that a diet rich in vitamin B6 and high-quality protein helps improve the HOMA-IR index, an important measure of insulin resistance. In addition, chicken breast contains zinc, phosphorus, and selenium, minerals that protect the pancreas, strengthen the immune system, fight inflammation, and reduce the risk of microvascular damage, which is a leading cause of diabetic complications like diabetic retinopathy and kidney disease. Another often overlooked factor is that chicken breast helps you feel full longer without overloading the digestive system. With its high protein and low fat content, it reduces cravings throughout the day. This is extremely important because the fewer quick sugars and starches you eat, the more stable your blood sugar becomes. So, how should chicken breast be prepared for the best results? First, you should avoid deep frying because high-temperature oil destroys amino acids in the protein and creates harmful compounds for the liver and heart, especially when reusing the oil multiple times. The best methods are baking, steaming, or pan-searing without oil. Here is a simple yet delicious suggestion. Marinate chicken breast with minced garlic, lemon juice, a bit of pepper, and extra virgin olive oil for 20 minutes. Then bake in the oven or lightly pan-sear over medium heat. Serve with steamed cauliflower, roasted sweet potatoes, or vegetable quinoa. Each of these ingredients helps stabilize blood sugar, adds fiber, and enhances flavor. For those who enjoy Asian-style dishes, you can prepare ginger lemongrass chicken breast using low-sodium soy sauce and no sugar. Ginger has anti-inflammatory properties and supports digestion, while lemongrass helps regulate blood pressure and detox the body. A great combination for a gentle yet nutritious meal. If you are too busy, you can boil chicken breast in advance and store it in the refrigerator. When you need a quick meal, just reheat and pair it with a salad or wrap in brown rice paper. Simple, convenient, and still healthy. As for portion size, each meal should include about 80 to 100 grams of cooked chicken breast, equivalent to a small breast fillet. This is a moderate amount that provides enough protein without overloading the kidneys, especially important for older adults or those with early signs of kidney issues. If you have kidney problems, consult your doctor for a suitable eating plan. The most important thing is to keep the dish simple, without added sugar, avoid frying in too much oil, and prioritize pairing with vegetables, fiber, and whole grains. This combination is truly the key to maximizing the benefits of chicken breast. You may be surprised to learn that by simply changing the type of meat in your daily meal, you can help regulate blood sugar, reduce fatigue, and support heart health sustainably. Sometimes a small change can lead to big results. Turkey. If you have ever thought that turkey is only served during Thanksgiving in Western countries, you will be surprised to know that this is actually one of the safest types of meat for people living with diabetes. Not only that, turkey is considered a superfood, rich in protein, vitamins, and essential minerals for the health of older adults. Let us take a deeper look. In every 100 grams of skinless turkey meat, you get about 104 calories, 29 grams of protein, and only about 1 gram of fat. Importantly, just like chicken breast, turkey has a glycemic index of 0, meaning it does not raise blood glucose levels after eating. This is extremely important information for people with diabetes, because every dish has the potential to cause blood sugar fluctuations if not properly controlled. Beyond the basic nutritional components, turkey contains high levels of vitamin B6, B12, and selenium, 3 elements that play essential roles in immunity, metabolism, and neurological health. B6 and B12 are involved in blood cell formation and help maintain a stable level of red blood cells. When your body receives enough oxygen through a healthy circulatory system, you feel less tired, your mind becomes clearer, and wounds tend to heal faster. Selenium in turkey is a powerful antioxidant that helps protect the pancreas from damage while reducing inflammation in the body, a key factor in worsening insulin resistance. Research from McMaster University has shown that in people with type 2 diabetes, chronic inflammation is closely linked to the risk of vascular, nerve, and retinal complications. So when you choose turkey, you are not only opting for a low-fat, high-protein food, but also helping to reduce systemic inflammation in a quiet yet effective way that supports metabolic health. Turkey has another special benefit for older adults. It helps maintain muscle mass and provide stable energy. With its high protein content, turkey supplies the essential building blocks to repair and regenerate muscles. This is particularly important for middle-aged and elderly people whose ability to synthesize protein declines with age. In addition, the fat content in turkey is extremely low and contains almost no harmful cholesterol, which reduces stress on the liver and cardiovascular system. This makes it an ideal option for those also dealing with issues like high blood pressure, high blood fat, or elevated cholesterol, conditions that are commonly seen in people with long-term diabetes. Biologically, when you eat turkey, the protein is broken down into essential amino acids that support hormone synthesis, especially insulin. Maintaining a healthy level of functioning insulin means that glucose in the blood is transported into cells more efficiently, reducing excess blood sugar. Moreover, vitamin B6 in turkey helps convert stored glycogen into energy, helping you feel less sluggish after meals. You can prepare turkey in many different ways while keeping it healthy. If you prefer a simple taste, just marinate turkey with Himalayan pink salt, black pepper, a few slices of lemon, and a bit of olive oil, then roast it gently. Roasted turkey retains its natural sweetness, requires minimal oil, and still has a rich flavor. If you have a pressure cooker, try making turkey stew with root vegetables such as carrots, onions, celery, and sweet potatoes. A soft, easily digestible dish rich in fiber and perfect for older adults with sensitive digestive systems. Another option for breakfast or a light meal is a cold turkey salad. Simply boil the turkey briefly, shred it, and mix it with lettuce, cherry tomatoes, sesame oil, lemon juice, and some roasted sesame seeds. This refreshing dish not only keeps you full longer, but also helps curb sugar cravings effectively. A reasonable portion is about 100 grams of cooked turkey meat per meal, equivalent to a palm-sized piece. This is a suitable amount for adults who want to stabilize blood sugar without overburdening the liver or kidneys. However, if you are taking blood thinners or have liver function issues, be sure to consult your doctor before increasing lean meat in your daily meals. In addition to eating correctly, you should also avoid processed turkey products such as deli meat, sausages, or smoked turkey. These often contain high levels of sodium, sugar, and preservatives, silent enemies that raise both blood sugar and blood pressure without your awareness. You may be surprised to learn that simply replacing a meal containing fatty meat with steamed or lightly roasted turkey can bring about major changes in your diabetes control journey. These small changes, when done consistently, can help reduce fasting blood sugar levels, improve HbA1c readings, and help you feel healthier every day. If you are looking for a type of meat that is easy to prepare, suitable for people with diabetes, boosts energy, and does not cause weight gain, then turkey is truly an ideal choice. Lean beef. Many of us may have heard the advice that people with diabetes should limit red meat. But the truth is, not all red meats are problematic. When you know how to choose the right cuts and prepare them properly, lean beef can actually become a powerful ally in your journey to control blood sugar, improve heart health, and maintain muscle mass as you age. A 100-gram serving of lean beef, such as shoulder tender, tenderloin, or sirloin, provides about 250 calories, including 26 grams of protein and around 15 grams of fat, most of which are unsaturated fats. Just like chicken and turkey, beef has a glycemic index of 0, meaning it does not raise blood glucose levels after a meal. What stands out most in lean beef is its high iron content, about 2.6 milligrams per 100 grams, which is nearly 30% of the daily requirement. Iron plays a vital role in forming red blood cells, transporting oxygen to organs, and maintaining stable energy levels. In older adults with diabetes, hidden anemia or unexplained fatigue is very common, and iron from beef naturally helps improve these conditions. Moreover, beef protein is rich in essential amino acids, especially leucine and isoleucine, two amino acids directly involved in muscle protein synthesis, insulin regulation, and tissue repair after physical activity. When you eat lean beef, these amino acids help improve insulin sensitivity, allowing blood glucose to be used more efficiently. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that a diet rich in animal protein, especially lean beef combined with a healthy lifestyle, can reduce the HOMA-IR index, improve blood sugar control, and decrease insulin resistance in people with type 2 diabetes. Another lesser-known benefit is the zinc content in beef. A 100-gram serving provides about 4.5 to 5 million of zinc, equivalent to 50% of the daily requirement. Zinc is a key mineral that helps wounds heal faster, improves vision, boosts immunity, and especially supports pancreatic function, where insulin is produced. However, that does not mean you can eat any type of beef freely. The key is choosing lean cuts and healthy cooking methods. Cuts like tenderloin, shoulder tender, or trimmed brisket are ideal choices. You should avoid cuts with high saturated fat such as short ribs or beef brisket belly, as they may increase bad cholesterol and strain the liver and heart. The best cooking methods are grilling, steaming, or pan-searing with minimal oil. You can marinate beef with ginger, garlic, low-sodium soy sauce, and black pepper to enhance flavor without adding sugar or excess fat. When grilling, slice thinly and flip quickly on a hot pan to keep the meat tender without drying it out while retaining its nutrients. Here's a great lunch suggestion: grilled beef served with mixed greens and a small portion of black beans or quinoa. This combination balances protein, fiber, and complex carbohydrates, helping you feel full longer and reducing post-meal blood sugar fluctuations. If you enjoy Vietnamese-style dishes, try stir-fried beef with loofah or broccoli. Simply pan-sear with garlic and a bit of sesame oil, add a splash of soy sauce, and you will have a flavorful, satisfying meal that does not spike your blood sugar. A suitable serving size is about 80 to 100 grams of cooked lean beef per meal, roughly the size of your palm. When combined with plenty of vegetables and limited starches, you can safely eat lean beef 2 to 3 times per week without worrying about heart health or cholesterol. However, there are a few things to keep in mind. If you have gout or high uric acid, consult your doctor before consuming red meat frequently. Also, avoid processed beef products like beef jerky, sausages, or canned beef, as they often contain high levels of salt, nitrates, and hidden sugars, all of which can worsen diabetes and high blood pressure. What matters most is not whether you eat beef or not, but which parts you choose, how you cook them, and how often you eat them. When chosen wisely, lean beef is not just a delicious food, but also part of a sustainable health strategy. If you often feel tired, slightly anemic, have poor appetite, or want to maintain strong muscles as you age, try adding lean beef to your menu in a selective way. And remember, protein from natural foods is always far better than relying entirely on artificial supplements. Lean lamb. When people think of lamb, many imagine it as a luxurious dish, sometimes unfamiliar on a traditional Vietnamese family table. But behind its tender fat and rich flavor lies a lesser-known truth. Lamb, especially lean cuts, is an excellent and safe source of protein for people living with diabetes. Lean lamb not only contains protein levels comparable to beef, but is also rich in vitamin B12, zinc, and iron, 3 elements that are extremely important for maintaining energy, boosting immunity, and helping regulate blood glucose. In every 100-gram serving of lean lamb, you receive about 250 calories, 25 grams of protein, and 16 grams of fat, most of which are unsaturated fats that benefit heart health. One of the most important features is that lamb has a glycemic index of 0. This means that consuming lamb does not raise blood sugar levels, a critical factor for people with type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or older adults managing blood sugar through diet. Did you know that the protein in lamb helps stabilize insulin levels by improving the ability of cells to absorb glucose? This process reduces residual blood sugar and prevents post-meal blood sugar spikes. Lamb is also high in carnitine, a compound that supports fat metabolism, helps convert fat into energy, and reduces fat buildup in the liver and internal organs. Lean lamb is especially suitable for older adults because it provides a form of protein that is easier to digest than beef. For those who often experience bloating, slow digestion, or have sensitive stomachs, slow-cooked lamb is more easily absorbed while still offering full nutritional value. Another valuable feature of lamb is its high vitamin B12 content. Older adults, particularly women over 50, often experience B12 deficiency due to poor absorption. The result is fatigue, dizziness, forgetfulness, and slight loss of balance. A serving of lamb can provide 50 to 70% of the daily vitamin B12 requirement, supporting the nervous system and preventing anemia. Zinc in lamb also plays a key role in regulating insulin, promoting cell regeneration, and wound healing, which is particularly important for people with diabetes who typically heal more slowly. Additionally, zinc contributes to hormonal health, supporting endocrine function in both men and women. However, choosing the right cut of lamb is essential. You should opt for leg, tenderloin, or lean shoulder cuts and remove the outer layer of fat. Avoid fatty parts or charred grilled lamb, as the compounds formed when fat is burned at high temperatures can cause inflammation and are not good for heart health. As for cooking methods, lean lamb tastes especially good when marinated with anti-inflammatory herbs such as garlic, ginger, thyme, or rosemary, then lightly grilled or pan-seared. You can also stew lamb with vegetables like carrots, celery, and shiitake mushrooms, a soft dish that is easy to chew, good for digestion, and helps stabilize blood sugar. An ideal meal for people with diabetes could be grilled lean lamb served with steamed broccoli and a small portion of soft-cooked lentils. This combination is rich in protein, fiber, and complex carbohydrates, helping you stay full longer without causing post-meal blood sugar spikes. As for portion size, you should consume about 80 to 100 grams of cooked lean lamb per meal, 1 to 2 times per week. If you have a history of high cholesterol, it is best to combine lamb with high-fiber foods such as oats, mung beans, or dark leafy greens to help eliminate excess cholesterol from the blood. One important note is to avoid crispy roasted or deep-fried lamb. These preparation methods increase the burden on the liver and the risk of atherosclerosis, especially when consumed frequently. Also, avoid pairing lamb with sweet sauces, as hidden sugars in sauces can silently raise blood sugar without your awareness. According to a study from Tufts University in the United States, replacing 1 to 2 fatty meat meals with lean lamb can help lower triglyceride levels, improve insulin sensitivity, and reduce the risk of endothelial inflammation, a key factor leading to cardiovascular complications in people with diabetes. Therefore, if you choose the right cuts and prepare them correctly, lamb is not only a delicious dish but also a natural medicine that helps stabilize blood sugar, maintain muscle mass, and boost immune function. The important thing is to build a reasonable meal plan, diversify with vegetables, whole grains, and minimize added fat. If you have ever thought lamb was too luxurious or difficult to prepare, I hope after this section you will have a fresher and more open perspective. Sometimes, a small change in your meal plan can bring about a big difference in your overall health. Fish, especially salmon. When talking about foods that are good for the heart and blood sugar, we cannot leave out fish. And among all types of fish, salmon stands out as the brightest star. For people living with diabetes, choosing salmon as part of your weekly meals is not just a healthy habit, but also a smart move to help control blood sugar, protect the heart, and nourish overall health from within. A 100-gram serving of salmon provides about 206 calories, 22 grams of protein, and 12 grams of fat, most of which are monounsaturated fats and omega-3 fatty acids. Most notably, salmon has a glycemic index of 0, meaning it does not raise blood glucose levels at all. But the most special feature of salmon is not just its protein or calorie content. It lies in the rich amount of omega-3 fatty acids, about 2.3 grams per 100 grams of salmon. Omega-3 is not only a healthy fat but is also considered a biological shield that helps reduce systemic inflammation, improve cardiovascular function, and especially increase insulin sensitivity, which is extremely important for people with diabetes. Why is omega-3 so crucial? People with diabetes often experience chronic inflammation at the cellular level. This condition makes insulin less effective at transporting glucose from the blood into cells. Research from Harvard has shown that supplementing with omega-3 from salmon helps lower triglyceride levels, improves insulin sensitivity, and slows the progression of complications involving nerves, the heart, and the eyes in people with diabetes. Moreover, salmon provides vitamin D, a nutrient that helps balance blood glucose and supports stable pancreatic function. Many studies show that people who are deficient in vitamin D have a higher risk of insulin resistance. Eating salmon regularly helps provide natural vitamin D, thereby supporting blood sugar regulation more effectively. In addition, salmon is rich in selenium and vitamin B12, two nutrients that contribute to nerve protection and energy production. This explains why many people feel less fatigued, more alert, and sleep better after adding salmon to their diets. Another bonus is that salmon is easy to digest, does not cause bloating, and does not increase stomach acid, problems that older adults or people with diabetes often encounter when eating red meat or greasy foods. You can prepare salmon in many ways while maintaining its health benefits. One of the simplest and most effective methods is to grill salmon with lemon and black pepper, served with steamed broccoli or other vegetables. If you want a change in flavor, pan-sear the salmon for 3 minutes on each side, then drizzle with a lemon butter sauce made from olive oil, minced garlic, and lemon juice, a delicious dish that also helps stabilize blood sugar. Another interesting option is Japanese-style salmon sashimi with low-sodium soy sauce and seaweed. This dish is cool, easy to eat, rich in minerals, and very good for those with high blood pressure. You can also try oatmeal salmon porridge for breakfast, a warm, comforting dish that helps sustain energy throughout the morning. As for serving size, experts recommend that people with diabetes eat fish 2 to 3 times a week, with each serving about 100 to 120 grams of cooked fish. This amount is enough to benefit from omega-3 without overloading on protein or fat. If you cannot eat fresh salmon, you can use canned salmon, but choose the kind packed in water or olive oil, without added salt or sugar. Always read the labels carefully to avoid products with preservatives or artificial flavorings. One important note is to avoid frying salmon in reused oil or at high temperatures because high heat breaks down omega-3 and creates harmful oxidized compounds that damage the heart and liver. It is best to bake, steam, or lightly pan-sear to preserve its full nutritional value. Research from McMaster University shows that people who eat fish at least twice a week have a 30% lower risk of cardiovascular complications compared to those who eat less. And salmon is one of the most effective types of fish in this group. For people living with diabetes, salmon not only helps stabilize blood sugar, but also improves overall quality of life, from immune function to nerve and mental health. Regularly eating salmon helps you sleep better, reduce stress, and feel more optimistic each day. Have you ever tried a salmon dish that you truly enjoyed? Share it with me in the comments below. Your experience might help someone who is struggling to find a meal that is both delicious and blood sugar friendly. And if you found today's sharing helpful, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share, so your loved ones can also gain great choices in their diabetes control journey. Goat meat. If you are looking for a type of meat that is both nutritious and safe for blood sugar, while also easy to pair with Vietnamese cuisine, goat meat is a choice worth considering. Known not only for its delicious flavor and versatility in cooking, goat meat is also high in protein, low in fat, and does not raise blood sugar, making it a golden food for people living with diabetes. In every 100-gram serving of lean goat meat, you receive about 143 calories, 27 grams of protein, and only about 3 grams of fat. Most importantly, like the other lean meats mentioned earlier, goat meat has a glycemic index of 0, meaning it does not increase blood glucose levels after eating. This is a key factor in managing diabetes effectively. One of the reasons goat meat is highly valued is because it provides easily absorbed iron, about 3.3 milligrams per 100 grams, equivalent to nearly 40% of the daily iron requirement for adults. Iron plays a crucial role in oxygen transport, blood formation, maintaining energy, and especially in helping people with diabetes combat chronic fatigue. Moreover, goat meat contains a large amount of vitamin B12, which supports the nervous system, improves memory, enhances concentration, and reduces the risk of peripheral nerve damage, a common complication in long-term diabetes. In addition, B12 supports the production of healthy blood cells, which helps wounds heal more quickly. Biologically speaking, when you eat goat meat, its abundant protein is broken down into essential amino acids such as leucine and valine, both of which increase insulin sensitivity, help maintain muscle mass, and reduce muscle catabolism, a condition commonly seen in older adults or people with low-protein diets. Another often overlooked benefit is that goat meat contains very little cholesterol and saturated fat. This is highly significant for those with diabetes who also face cardiovascular or fatty liver issues. While many traditional red meats contain 10 to 15 grams of fat per 100 grams, goat meat contains only about 3 grams, a highly ideal figure for a healthy diet. In terms of digestion, goat meat is one of the easiest red meats to absorb, especially when stewed with ginger, turmeric, or vegetables. People with weak stomachs, poor nutrient absorption, or who often feel bloated after meals will find goat meat more comfortable to consume than beef or fatty pork. You can cook goat meat in many delicious and nutritious ways. One simple and suitable dish for people with diabetes is goat stew with Chinese herbs or goat stewed with taro, carrots, and ginger. Simmer the meat in a pressure cooker for about 40 minutes to make it tender, naturally sweet, and flavorful without the need for sugar or MSG. If you enjoy grilled dishes, try sauté grilled goat meat with roasted sesame, served with fresh greens and garlic lime fish sauce without sugar. This dish is not only tasty but also increases fiber intake and improves metabolism. A reasonable portion for people with diabetes is about 80 to 100 grams of cooked goat meat per meal, 1 to 2 times per week. This amount is sufficient for the body to absorb effectively without creating a metabolic burden. Goat meat should be eaten with green vegetables like Malabar spinach, or beans to increase fiber and stabilize post-meal blood sugar. However, you should avoid dishes like rare goat meat, goat hot pot with fermented rice, or goat meat cured with lime juice due to the risk of bacterial or parasitic infections. Also, avoid salty goat dishes cooked with a lot of fish sauce and sugar, as these should be excluded from a diabetic-friendly meal plan. A study conducted at Tufts University showed that replacing fatty meats with lean goat meat over 8 weeks significantly improved fasting blood sugar levels and HOMA-IR, an index that reflects insulin resistance in people with type 2 diabetes. It is also important to note that although goat meat is healthy, it should not be eaten daily, especially if you have a history of gout or high uric acid. In such cases, diversify your protein sources by including beans, fish, and eggs to maintain a balanced diet. If you are looking to change your taste while keeping your blood sugar stable, try adding lean goat meat to your meals in a reasonable way. It is not just a delicious dish, but also a natural way to enrich the blood, boost energy, and support nervous system recovery. Camel meat. If you are looking to change your taste, seeking a new source of protein that is low in fat and friendly to blood sugar, camel meat is a unique option that not many people are aware of. This type of meat is commonly consumed in Middle Eastern and North African countries, but today it has become a noteworthy nutritional source for people with diabetes around the world. Camel meat is known as a healthy red meat because it is low in cholesterol, rich in protein, and contains very little saturated fat. In every 100-gram serving of camel meat, you get about 143 calories, 20 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat, and especially 6.7 milligrams of iron, significantly higher than chicken, beef, or even goat meat. And of course, camel meat has a glycemic index of 0, meaning it does not raise blood sugar after meals. The first outstanding feature of camel meat is its high iron content, a crucial factor in oxygen transport in the blood, energy maintenance, and anemia prevention. People with diabetes, especially women over 50 or long-term vegetarians, often have hidden iron deficiencies that lead to prolonged fatigue, pale skin, poor sleep, and mild dizziness. Camel meat is a rich and easily absorbed iron source that naturally improves these symptoms. In addition, the protein in camel meat helps maintain healthy muscle mass, which is particularly important for older adults. Protein also contributes to insulin production, helping reduce insulin resistance and keeping blood sugar levels more stable after meals. Another advantage is that camel meat has low fat content, and its fat structure is similar to that of olive oil, meaning the body can absorb it easily without accumulating visceral fat or raising blood triglycerides. This is highly beneficial for people with fatty liver, high blood pressure, or blood lipid disorders that accompany diabetes. Biologically, camel meat contains many B vitamins, especially B2 and B3, which enhance energy metabolism, stabilize the nervous system, and help regulate glucose. Additionally, the zinc and selenium found in camel meat boost immunity, increase resistance, and help prevent infections, which people with diabetes often face due to weakened immune systems. An interesting point is that camel meat has a naturally sweet, mild flavor and does not have the strong odor found in some other red meats. As a result, you can easily prepare it into flavorful dishes without using much seasoning or oil. One of the best cooking methods is to grill camel meat with garlic, black pepper, and a bit of lemon, served with fresh salad or grilled vegetables. If you prefer softer dishes that are easier to digest, try stewing camel meat with mushrooms, carrots, and turmeric, a warm and anti-inflammatory dish that is good for blood sugar and joint health. A suitable serving for people with diabetes is about 80 to 100 grams of cooked camel meat, 1 to 2 times per week. When eating, it is best to pair it with green vegetables, beans, or nuts to increase fiber, support blood sugar control, and reduce constipation risk. However, like other types of meat, avoid frying camel meat in reused oil or seasoning it too heavily with salt. These cooking methods not only reduce the nutritional value but also overload the heart and liver, which may harm long-term health. It is also worth noting that camel meat is not suitable for people with gout or high uric acid, as it falls under the red meat category. If you fall into this group, consider carefully and consult your doctor before regular consumption. A study from the Middle East Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that replacing beef with camel meat for 6 weeks helped improve fasting blood sugar levels, reduce insulin resistance, and improve blood lipid profiles in patients with type 2 diabetes. This is a promising signal that highlights the potential of camel meat in natural dietary management of diabetes. For Vietnamese consumers, camel meat is not yet widely available, but it can now be found in some high-end supermarkets or imported food stores. When buying, choose fresh meat with a natural red color, no unusual smell, and ensure food safety and hygiene. If you are feeling bored with your daily diet and no longer excited about cooking, trying camel meat could be a new and exciting experience. Tasty, blood sugar friendly, and energy boosting. As you can see, managing blood sugar does not mean you have to give up all your favorite foods. All it takes is choosing the right types of meat, cooking them in healthy ways, and pairing them wisely with vegetables and whole grains. This allows you to enjoy your meals while keeping your blood sugar levels stable. From chicken and salmon to goat and camel, each type of meat offers its own unique benefits for your health. And the most important thing is not to make drastic changes overnight, but to start with small, manageable steps each day. If you learned something new today, be sure to save it or share it with your loved ones. And if you found this video helpful, do not forget to like and subscribe so you do not miss our next health tips. I wish you good health, peace, and the strength to take control of your own diabetes journey. See you again in the next video.